Good morning, students. In last lecture, we have seen that Maharaja had get married, and within some years, he was able to kill 99 tiger, and one tiger was remaining, and this was difficult for the Maharaja to find the 100 tiger. Okay, let us go through line to line what is happening in part 5. The Maharaja's anxiety reached a fever pitch when there remained just one tiger to achieve his tally of 100. Okay, the Maharaja become very anxious. The Maharaja get perplexed because one tiger was remaining to complete his 100, and he had this thought during the day and the same dream at night, and the Maharaja was having same dream at day and night. By this time the tiger farms had run dry even in his father-in-law's kingdom, and till now the population of the tiger was totally extinct in the father-in-law's kingdom also, and it became impossible to locate tiger anywhere. It was very difficult to find tiger anywhere. Yet only one was more needed, and one tiger was needed for the completion of 100. If he could kill just that one tiger, just one single beast, the Maharaja would have no fear left. If Maharaja was able to kill one more tiger, then there will be no fear. There will be no fear for Maharaja, as was predicted by the astrologer. In the starting, it was predicted by the astrologer that you have need to be very careful from the 100 tiger, and one tiger was remaining. One tiger was remaining in the tally of 100. Okay, yet only one more tiger needed. If he could kill just one single beast, the Maharaja would have no fears left. Okay, the if Maharaja was able to kill one more tiger, he has no need to be worried. He has no fear, and he could give up tiger hunting altogether. And Maharaja has decided that after hunting one more tiger, I will stop hunting. But he had to be extremely careful with that last tiger. Okay, and had need Maharaja has need to be very careful from the last tiger, from the 100 tiger. What had the late chief astrologer said? Okay, and it was predicted by the astrologer, and now the astrologer was dead. Even after killing 99 tigers, the Maharaja should be aware of the 100 tiger. It was predicted. It was predicted by the astrologer that you have to kill 100 tiger, and you have need to be very careful from the 100 tiger. True enough, and perhaps this is going to be true. The tiger was a savage beast after all. After all, the tiger is a barbarous beast, dangerous, wild animal. One had to be very wary of it. One had to be very careful of from it. But where was the 100 tiger to be found? But it was difficult to find the 100 tiger. It seemed easier to find tiger milk than a live tiger. It was easy to find tiger milk, but living tiger, it was impossible to find. Thus the Maharaja was sunk in gloom. Thus Maharaja became very sorrowful. Thus Maharaja became very sorrowful. But soon came the happy news which dispelled the gloom. Dispersed. But soon Maharaja got a happy news, and the gloom, the sorrow, the sadness was finished. In his own state, sheep began disappearing frequently from the hillside village, and the news came to Maharaja that in his kingdom, by the hillside village, the sheep started disappearing. It was first ascertained that this was not the work of Kader Mia Sahab or Veer Sahimi Naikar, and it was sure that this is not the work of Kader Mia Sahab or Veer Sahimi Naikar. Both of them famed for their ability to swallow sheep whole, and both these animals were famous to swallow the whole sheep. Surely a tiger was at the work, and surely it was the work of tiger. The villagers ran to inform the Maharaja The Maharaja announced a 3 years exemption from all taxes for that village and set out to hunt at once. And the villagers informed to Maharaja about the disappearing of the sheep by the hillside village. And when Maharaja got this news, this information, and he made that village free from all types of taxes, and at once he went out for hunting. The tiger was not easily found. It seemed as if it had wantonly means knowingly, hid itself in order to flout the Maharaja's will. Perhaps the tiger has hid himself. Perhaps the tiger has made himself hidden because he wanted to make fun from the will of Maharaja. Will of Maharaja. The Maharaja was equally determined. Maharaja was firm. Maharaja was determined that I have to kill the tiger. He refused to leave the forest until the tiger was found. And Maharaja has refused to leave the forest until finding last tiger. As the days passed, the Maharaja's fury and obstinacy mounted alarmingly. As the time was passing, days were passing, the Maharaja became very furious, and he lost control over his mind, and many officers lost their job. One day, when his rage was at its height, when one day Maharaja was too angry, the Maharaja called the Diwan and ordered to double the land tax forthwith. And Maharaja called Diwan and asked him to double the land tax. The people become discontented. Discontented. Then our state too will fall prey to the National Congress. Okay, and it was said by Diwan that if we are going to make the land tax double, then the people will become dissatisfied. And our state will go in the hand of National Congress. Then Maharaja said, the king said that in that case you may resign from your post, and Maharaja asked Diwan to resign from his post. The Diwan went home, convinced that if Maharaja did not find the tiger soon, the result would be catastrophic, dangerous. Okay, and Diwan went home, and he was sure that if Maharaja is not going to find the 100th tiger, the last tiger, then the result will be very dangerous. He felt life returning to him only when he saw the tiger which had been brought from the People's Park in Madras and kept hidden in his house. And Diwan felt some relaxed when he saw a tiger in his house, and that tiger was brought from People's Park in Madras, and Diwan has kept that tiger hidden in his house. At midnight, when the town slept in peace, when everyone was sleeping with peace, Diwan and his aged wife dragged the tiger to the car and shoved him into the seat. And at midnight, when all the town was sleeping, Diwan and his aged wife, both of them, tried hard, and they dragged the tiger to the car and put it into the seat. Diwan himself drove the car straight to the forest where the Maharaja was hunting, and Diwan himself drove the car, and he came directly to that forest where Maharaja was hunting. When they reached the forest, the tiger launched its satyagraha. And when Diwan reached to the forest, the tiger started satyagraha. It means to say that tiger refused to come out of the car and refused to get out of the car. Diwan was thoroughly exhausted in his effort to haul the beast out of the car and push it down to the ground. And Diwan became tired in making the tiger out of the car. And anyhow he pushed the tiger to the ground. On the following day, the same old tiger wandered into Maharaja's presence and stood as if a humble supplication pray. And on next day, the tiger came before the eyes of Maharaja, and perhaps the tiger was requesting from Maharaja, Master, what do you command of me. Perhaps the tiger was saying that, Maharaja, what is the order for me? And it was the boundless joy. The Maharaja took careful aim at the beast. The tiger fell in a crumbled heap. Okay, the Maharaja became too happy to see the tiger, and he took the aim and fired the bullet, and the tiger became heap. I have killed 100 tiger. My oath has been fulfilled. The Maharaja was overcoming with elation. Elation means joy. Okay, and Maharaja announced, told to the hunters that he has killed the 100 tiger, and his oath has been fulfilled. His oath has been fulfilled. Okay, and he ordered to the hunters to bring the dead beast to the palace, and there will be a procession. There will be a procession. Okay, ordering the tiger to be brought to the capital in grand procession, and the king ordered that bring this dead beast to the palace with the procession. The Maharaja hastened away in his car. The Maharaja sat in the car and went to the palace. After the Maharajas left, the hunters went to take a closer look at the tiger. And when the Maharaja left that place, that jungle, the hunters reached near the tiger to have a closer look. The tiger looked back and them, rolling its eyes in bafflement, surprise, and it was noticed by the hunters that the bullet was missed, because the tiger was seeing, and the tiger was rolling its eyes in surprise. The men realized that the tiger was not dead. The bullet had missed it. Okay, and the hunters came to know that the bullet was missed, and the tiger was not hunted by the Maharaja. It had fainted from the shock of the bullet whizzing past, and the tiger was fainted due to the shock of the bullet, because it passed with a heavy sound, and the hunter wondered what they should do, and hunter started consulting what is to be done. They decided that the Maharaja must not come to know that he had missed his target, and the hunters came to the point that this should not be known to Maharaja that his bullet was missed. If he did, they could lose their jobs. If Maharaja will come to know about this fact, then they will lose their job. Once of the hunters took aim from a distance of 1 foot and shoot the tiger, and one of the hunters took the aim, fired the bullet, and this time the tiger was dead. This time he killed it without missing its mark. This time there was no mistake made by them. Then, as commanded by the king, the dead tiger was taken in procession through the town and buried. And after killing the tiger, the hunters take the dead tiger with the great procession as was directed by the Maharaja, and it was buried. A tomb was erected over it, and a tomb was erected, खड़ा कर दिया गया on it. A few days later, Maharaja's son's third birthday was celebrated. Few days later, there was the third birthday of Maharaja's son. Until then, Maharaja had given entire mind over to tiger hunting, and before this, Maharaja has concentrated on tiger hunting, and he had not taken any care to his son. He had no time to spare for the crown prince. He has not given any time for the crown prince, but now the king turned to his attention to the child. But now the king has turned his mind towards the child. He wished to give him some special gift on his birthday. The tiger king wanted to give some special gift on the third birthday of his son. He went to the shopping center of Pratibandhapuram and searched every shop but could not find anything suitable. And Maharaja went for shopping in Pratibandhapuram, and he searched out on many shops, but he could not find anything suitable for his son. Finally, he spotted a wooden tiger in a toy shop and decided it was the perfect gift. And then after Maharaja saw a wooden tiger in a shop, and he thought that it would be a perfect gift for my son. The wooden tiger cost only 2 annas and a quarter, and this was the price of the wooden tiger, 2 anna and a quarter. But the shopkeeper knew that if he quoted means said such a low price, the Maharaja, he would punished under the rule of emergency. And the shopkeeper knew very well that if I am going to tell Maharaja such a low price, so I will be punished under the rule of emergency. So he said, Your Majesty, this is an extremely rare example of craftsmanship, a bargain at 300 rupees. And he said that Maharaja, this is the rare example. This is the rare example of the best craftsmanship, and a bargain was made, and the wooden tiger was sold in 300 rupees. Very good. Let this be your offering to the Crown Prince on his birthday, said the king, and took it away with him. And Maharaja said, very good, this will be the present, this will be the gift of my son on his birthday. And on that day, father and son played with that teeny little wooden tiger. And on that day, father and son, both of them, father and Crown Prince, both of them were playing with the wooden tiger. It had been carved by an unskilled carpenter, and it was made by an unskilled carpenter. Its surface was rough, and the surface of the wooden tiger was very rough. Tiny silvers of wood stood like quills all over it, and there were nails. There were many nails which was raised. There were many nails which were raised on the surface part of the wooden tiger. One of those silver poised in Maharaja's right hand, and one of the silver nails pierced into the right hand of Maharaja. He pulled out with his left hand and continued to play with the prince, and he pulled it from the left hand and continuously started playing with his crown prince. The next day, infection flared into Maharaja's right hand, and next day infection spread into the right hand of Maharaja, and in 4 days it developed into a separating sore, and in 4 days it developed in the deepest sore, which spread all over the arm, and the pus infuriated spread all over the arm of Maharaja. 3 famous surgeons were brought in from Madras. 3 famous surgeons were called from Madras. After holding a consultation, they decided to operate. After consulting to each other what is to be done in this case, they said that there is need of an operation, and the operation took place. And 3 surgeons who performed it came out with the theatre and announced the operation was successful. The Maharaja is dead. And all these surgeons came out of the operation theatre, and they announced that operation was successful and Maharaja is dead. In this manner, the 100 tiger took its revenge upon the. In this way we have seen, as it was predicted by the astrologer, that you have need to be very careful from the 100 tiger. At last, the 100 tiger has taken revenge from Maharaja. At last, the 100 tiger has taken revenge from Maharaja. So in this way we can see that the prediction was correct as was predicted by the astrologer. Let us discuss about the question answer. Okay. Who is the Tiger King, and why does he get that name? So the Maharaja of Padmanpuram is the Tiger King, and when he was born, it was predicted by the astrologer that the death will come from the tiger, and Maharaja has need to be very careful from the 100 tiger, and at last we have seen that Maharaja was killed by the 100 tiger. So in this way we can say that due to the hunting of the tiger, Maharaja was named as the tiger king. Maharaja was named as the tiger king. Okay, and you may answer this question in this way also. So Jilani Jang Bahadur, the king of Padmanpuram, is known as the tiger king. At the time of his birth, the astrologers declared that the prince would have to die one day. The 10-day-old prince asked the astrologers to reveal the manner of his death. The wise men were baffled at this miracle. The chief astrologer said that the death would come from a tiger. And the young prince growled and uttered terrifying words, "Let tigers beware." He decided to kill 100 tigers, and in this way he got that name. What did the royal infant grow up? What did the royal infant grow up? The royal infant grow up to be the king of Padmanpuram, who was obsessed with the idea of killing 100 tigers. He wanted to do so because he wanted to disprove the astrologers' prophecy, which said that his death would come from it was predicted by the astrologers that his death will come from the tigers. Okay, and when he became younger, he started hunting tiger. What will be Maharaja to do find the required number of tigers to kill? What will Maharaja do to find the required number of tigers to kill? To get the required number of tigers to kill, the Maharaja asked Diwan to find a suitable girl for him to marry. And a suitable girl was found, and the king get married. And whenever the king visited to his father-in-law estate, he used to kill 5 or 6 tigers. In this way, he has killed 99 tigers. How will Maharaja prepare himself for the 100 tiger which was supposed to decide his fate? The Maharaja wanted to be extremely careful while dealing with the 100 tiger which was supposed to be reason for his death. On encountering the 101, he took a careful aim at the tiger and shot it. When it fell a crumpled heap, he was overcome with joy and left the place hastily. Next question. What will now happen? What will now happen to the astrologer? Do you think the prophecy was indisputably disproved? The astrologer dies before the king of Padmanpuram gets an opportunity to kill 100 tigers. Disproving his prophecy seems to be a sole reason for the king's existence. Except for killing 100 tigers, everything else take a back seat for the king. The prophecy cannot be indisputably disproved, as the king was ultimately killed by a tiger, though neither by a real one nor by 101. Looking at the weak, old and almost lifeless tiger that was the 101, no one would have thought that it would escape the king's bullet by fainting at the shock of the bullet whizzing past. It was the teeny little wooden tiger from the toy shop that caused the death of Tiger King. Okay, and in next lecture we will discuss about the question answer of NCERT. Thank you.